Today we are going to do grade 9 science first lesson application of microorganisms. Microorganisms. You learned this lesson in grade 8 also. So, who are microorganisms? Microorganisms are unicellular or multicellular organisms which cannot be seen clearly with the naked eye. You learned this description also in grade 8. Microorganisms live in our environment as well as in our body. Most microorganisms are favorable to humans and other living beings, but some are harmful. They are a group of living organisms with a simple structure. They grow fast and have a high rate of reproduction. Microorganisms have the ability to adapt for different environmental conditions and modes of nutrition. Unicellular and some of the multicellular organisms can be seen in microorganisms category. These microorganisms can be categorized into groups as bacteria, fungi, algae, protozoa and viruses. Here you can see a picture of bacteria. Here you can see a kind of fungi, it's mucor, and here this microorganisms also it's paramecium and a group of protozoa. Now let us discuss these microorganisms categories one by one. First category, bacteria. Unicellular and microscopic. Different body shapes. Widely spread in every type of environment on earth. Examples related to milk and products, Lactobacillus bulgaricus, anthrax disease, Bacillus anthracis, bacteria used in vinegar production, Acetobacter aceti, cholera disease, Vibrio cholerae. Second group that we are going to discuss is fungi. Unicellular or multicellular. Reproductive organs of some fungi can be seen with naked eye. Example, mushroom. Thrive on moist surfaces. Examples for fungi: fungi on bread, mucor, yeast, Saccharomyces. Here you can see a size of bread with fungi. Here you can see microscopic view of fungi, it's mucor. Here you can see a picture of yeast, Saccharomyces. Third group, protozoa, unicellular and microscopic. Use structures such as cilia, pestepodia and flagella for locomotion. Live in aquatic environments as well as in other living organisms. Examples for protozoa: amoeba, paramecium, euglena, plasmodium. Here you can see a picture of paramecium. I think you can see little hairs around paramecium. It's called cilia. Paramecium use cilia for locomotion. This microorganism is amoeba. Here I think you can see my red dot. These are called pestepodia or false feet. Amoeba use pestepodia for locomotion. This microorganism is euglena. Here long hair top of euglena is called flagella. Euglena use flagella for locomotion. Algae, unicellular or multicellular. Process chlorophyll and have the ability to photosynthesis. Because of this, algae gain green color. Algal varieties such as ulva are visible to naked eye. Examples: Chlamydomonas, Spirogyra, diatoms. Here you can see a picture of Chlamydomonas. Here Spirogyra. Here you can see a picture of vulva. As I told you, This vulva is visible to our naked eye. Fifth group that we are going to discuss is viruses. Electron microscopic. That means viruses can only see from electron microscopes. Display both living and non-living characteristics. Multiply only inside the living cells. No cellular organization. Do not show the living characteristics such as respiration and growth. Examples: HIV, influenza virus, dengue virus. Environments and substrates of microorganisms. Microorganisms live within all the ecosystem on the earth where other living organisms survive. Microbial world spreads among soil, water, and for about up to 6 kilometers of the atmosphere. These organisms survive even on and within the body of plants and animals. Meat, fish, fruits, vegetables, human skin, mouth, alimentary canal, and urinary tract are some specific substrates that microorganisms grow. Microbes can survive even under extreme environmental conditions. Hot water springs, salt marshes, liquids such as petrol and diesel are some such environments. There are two effects of microorganisms. One is beneficial effects and one is adverse effects. So first we are going to discuss beneficial effects of microorganisms. Microorganisms are used in agriculture, medicine, conservation of environment, and in different kinds of industries in seek of economical advantages. Let us discuss these topics one by one. Applications of microorganisms in agriculture. Under this topic, first subtopic that we are going to discuss is gene technology. Genes of the bacterium Melvina udenova is used in developing golden rice enriched with vitamin A. Genes of the bacterium Bacillus thuringiensis is muted in Sia maize genome to produce toxins to crop pests. Nitrogen fixation. Even though 78% of nitrogen exists naturally in the atmosphere, plants have a limited ability to absorb it directly. But Rhizobium, a type of bacteria that lives in the nodules of the legumes such as beans and peas, has the ability to absorb atmospheric nitrogen directly. This process is known as nitrogen fixation. Acetobacter, a living nitrogen fixing bacteria, is directly added to the cultivation lands. They are known as biofertilizers. Biofertilizers are the substances which make the soil rich with nutrients by using microorganisms. Third subtopic that we are going to discuss under agriculture, producing compost. Compost is prepared by rapid decomposition of organic matter by microorganisms. Compost adds mineral to the soil systematically and makes favorable conditions for plants to grow. The organic matter in compost are often decomposed by bacteria and fungi. Biopesticides. Last topic. Some of the microorganisms can be used as biopesticides to control insect pests that cause damages to the crops. Example, the fungus Alternaria is used to combat the aquatic weed Salvinia. Application of microorganisms in medicine. Microorganisms are used to produce antibiotics, vaccine, and antitoxins. Producing antibiotics. Chemicals produced in the body of a microbe to destroy or sabotage another microorganism are known as antibiotics. Fungi and bacteria are used to produce antibiotics, can kill bacteria and fungi, but they do not fight against infections caused by viruses. Penicillin, amoxicillin are used against bacterial infections, while glycyrrhizin is used against fungal infections. Second subtopic under medicine, producing vaccines. Vaccines made from weakened microbes, polio, tuberculosis, measles. Vaccines made from killed microbes, cholera, influenza, typhoid. Vaccines made from toxins of microbes, tetanus, diphtheria. Vaccines made from body parts of microbes using genetic engineering, hepatitis B. Producing antitoxins. Biochemical substances produced by pathogenic bacteria which harm the host activity are known as toxins. Antitoxins are synthesized using these toxins by removing its toxic components. Example, tetanus vaccine. Applications of microorganisms in industries. Using microorganisms in industrial activities for economic benefits is known as industrial microbiology. Producing dairy products, producing biogas, metal extraction, producing based on plant fibers, producing alcohol, producing vinegar, bakery industry. This chart is for your extra knowledge. You can study this. Biogas. A mixture containing organic materials such as straw, cow dung, and water is used to produce biogas. Anaerobic bacteria such as Methanococcus react on these organic surfaces and produce biogas. Biogas mainly consists of methane gas. Therefore, it can be used as an energy source. Metal extraction. The most simple and effective technology used for the metal extraction from low ions by the use of microbes is known as bioleaching. Uranium and copper are such two metals that are extracted by bioleaching. Milk-based products. Here you have an activity. You can make yogurt. You will need pure cow's milk, yogurt sample for culture, sugar, gelatin, a pan to boil milk, some plastic cups, a thermometer. Method of producing yogurt. Heat cow's milk for 15 to 30 minutes in a temperature between 88 Celsius to 95 Celsius. Remove the cream. Add sugar and gelatin as required. Add culture yogurt sample to the milk in small amount in 60 Celsius temperature and mix well. Put the mixture into plastic cups. Keep the mixture for 7 6 to 7 hours in the temperature between 40 Celsius to 45 Celsius. Cover the cups and keep in the refrigerator under 4 Celsius. Lactobacillus and Streptococcus are used as culture in producing yogurt. They can turn lactose into lactic acid. Products based on plant fibers. Plant fibers are used for various products, and these fibers are separated by using bacteria. Coconut, hemp, palmyra, and agar plants are used to get fiber. Applications of microorganisms in environmental conservation. The technology used to remove environmental pollution using microorganisms is known as bioremediation. The technology used to remove environmental pollution using microorganisms is known as bioremediation. Microbes are used to decompose the organic waste matter in polluted water. Pseudomonas, a kind of a bacteria which is released on the ocean water for the decomposition of oil layers of the ocean. An enzyme related by these microorganisms decompose the hydrocarbons in oil. Heavy metals such as strontium, lead, and mercury are released to the environment from different industries. This polluted water is sent through a tower which contains bacteria to remove these toxic heavy metals from water. In producing biodegradable plastics, I told you some examples for bioremediation. Based on the following features, microorganisms are used in economically important large-scale products. Their biological process occurs very rapidly as their growth rate and metabolic rate is high. Various varieties of microbes exist that are capable of acting and multiplying on various substances. These microorganisms possess simple genes. They can be easily used for genetic engineering. Hence, microbes are often used for modern genetic engineering. The majority of microorganisms can be obtained at very low rates or free of charge from the environment to use in industries. Though a large amount of energy is required for other industries, a small amount of energy is required for industries using microbes. Though most of the industries cause heavy environmental pollution and serious environmental deterioration, the industries which microbes cause minimal environmental damages. Adverse effects of microorganisms causing diseases. Bacteria, viruses, fungi, and protozoa are the groups of microorganisms that cause diseases. A microorganism that has the potential to cause a disease is called a pathogen. Mosquitoes and flies are vectors which carry the pathogen to the host. Host is an organism who provides its body inside or outside as the substrate to growth of the pathogen. Diseases caused by microorganisms to human. Pathogen virus disease called method of spread air, where the pathogen enters the body through respiratory system. Pathogen virus disease dengue. Method of spread mosquito vectors, where the pathogen enters the body through the skin by mosquito bites. Again, pathogen is virus, disease, AIDS, method of spread, blood and other fluids of an infected person through sexual contacts or blood transfusion. Pathogen bacteria. Disease tuberculosis. Method of spread, air, where the pathogen enters the body through respiratory system. Pathogen bacteria. Disease typhoid fever. Method of spread, polluted food and vectors such as housefly, where the pathogen enters the body through digestive system with food. Pathogen protozoa. Disease malaria. Method of spread, mosquito vectors, where the pathogen enters the body through the skin by mosquito bite. Pathogen protozoa. Disease amoebic dysentery. Method of spread, polluted water and food, where the pathogen enters the body through digestive system. Again, pathogen is protozoa. Disease, leishmaniasis. Method of spread, vectors such as sandfly, where the pathogen enters the body through open wounds of the skin. Pathogen fungi. Disease, rashes and psoriasis. Method of spread, contact of an infected person or through clothes of an infected person, where the pathogen enters the body through skin. Here are some photos of diseases. Here you can see dengue. You can see mosquito as a vector. This is AIDS. This is virus. This is bacteria that cause tuberculosis. This is malaria. This is rashes. This is leishmaniasis. Diseases caused by microorganisms to plants. There are 3 diseases mainly that microorganisms caused by plants. First one is powdery mildew disease. Powdery mildew is a disease caused by a fungus. The leaves, stem, flowers and fruits of the plant are affected by this disease. Appearing of white or grey color powdery material is the main symptom of infected parts. This disease can damage every part of the tree. Second disease, late blight. Potato plant is commonly affected by this disease, which is caused by a fungus. Brown spots can be seen on the leaves and later they turn into black. Then the whole tree gets affected by the disease. Here you can see brown spots in the leaves and later they are turned into black. Here you can see these are 2 pictures of late blight disease. Whittling. Fungus or bacteria cause this disease. The xylem of the plants which transports water throughout the tree get affected from the disease. Later, the xylem does not function properly due to damage. Therefore, the whole plant gets withered due to poor supply of water. Here you can see a picture of wheatling. You can see poor supply of water. Because of that, here you can see. Food spoilage caused by microorganisms. Microorganisms multiply on food as food has the necessary factors for the growth of microorganisms. Microorganisms convert the components of the food and unfavorable materials, or they add toxic materials to food. Due to this reason, the nature of the food is changed. The change of physical and chemical nature of food makes the food unfit for consumption. This process is known as food spoilage. You have learned about food spoilage such as fermentation of carbohydrates, purification of proteins, and rancidity of lipids in grade 8. There are several changes in food when spoiled, mainly two: physical changes and chemical changes. Physical changes: food becomes soft, change of the color, change of the taste, change of the odor. Chemical changes: fermentation of carbohydrates, purification of proteins, rancidity of lipids. Factors affecting food spoilage. There are two main factors: internal factors and external factors. And the internal factors: amount of nutrition, moisture, biological structure of the food. And the external factors: environmental temperature, environmental humidity, gases available in the atmosphere. Application of microorganisms as biological weapons. The toxins produced by microorganisms or harmful pathogenic bacteria or viruses which are used for military purposes are known as biological weapons. Bacillus anthracis, the corrosive agent of anthrax disease, is considered as the most harmful biological weapon at present. These biological weapons are very much harmful to human, other animals, and plants. So I am telling the whole lesson as a summary because we finished our first lesson. Microorganisms are unicellular or multicellular organisms which cannot be seen clearly with the naked eye. The main microorganisms categories are bacteria, fungi, algae, and protozoa. Viruses have living and non-living characteristics, but they also studied in microbiology. Microorganisms live within all the ecosystems with favorable environmental conditions and even under the extreme environmental conditions. Microorganisms are used in various fields such as agriculture, medicine, industries, and for environmental conservation as well. Food spoilage, disease, damages done to the economically important surfaces, and use of microorganisms as biological weapons are some adverse effects of microorganisms. Okay, we completed grade 9 science first lesson. I'll upload more videos. If you like my videos, click subscribe button and bell button under the video so you can get my all videos in grade 9 science. Thank you for watching.